Hi, this is Mrs. Nelson. We're looking at Unit 7, Lesson 15, Shapes on the Coordinate Plane. The objective says I can plot polygons on the coordinate plane and find the lengths of vertical and horizontal segments that make up the sides. The coordinates of a rectangle, which is a polygon, are 3, 0, 3, -5, -4, 0, and -4, -5. What is the length and width of this rectangle? So I'm going to draw this and be careful to choose those points that were outlined. So you can see I went to the right 3 and stayed at 0. I went to the right 3 and went down 5. I went to the left 4 and stayed at 0, and to the left 4 and down 5 for my 4 points, and connected those to form my rectangle. All right, for length and width of this rectangle, so I'm going to look at the horizontal length. That's what I'll call the length, is that horizontal measurement. And I can use a couple strategies. I can count. So I can count the line segments that go across, or I can consider how far away each of those points are from 0. In other words, I can use the absolute value to help me determine these distances as well. So -4 is 4 units from 0. Its absolute value is 4. And 3 is 3 units from 0. So 4 plus 3 tells me that segment is 7 units long. And then for my width, I can do the same thing, where I can count, or I can consider the absolute value. So I know I have to go down to -5 while the other point remains at 0. So I just need to know the distance between -5 and 0, which is 5. So I have 7 units long and 5 units wide. What is the perimeter of the rectangle? Well, I know that the perimeter is the distance around. So I need 2 groups of 7 and 2 groups of 5, because I have 2 sides that are 7 units and 2 sides that are 5 units. So 7 times 2 is 14, 5 times 2 is 10. When I add those together, I get 24 units all the way around the rectangle. Again, I could have counted, but I chose to use a computation strategy. Letter C, what is the area of the rectangle? Again, I can count the individual squares, because area is the number of squares of the same shape and size inside of that polygon. So I could count the individual squares, or I can use a computation strategy. I know that using the array 7 times 5, my length times my width, will tell me how many squares would be inside. 7 times 5 is 35 square units. Again, our objective says I can plot polygons on the coordinate plane and find the lengths of vertical and horizontal segments. So I happen to use the strategy of determining absolute value or distance each of the points was from 0 and combining those. And that's how I determined my lengths that I could use to calculate perimeter and area. Thanks for watching.